I was browsing Reddit and saw someone ask if Naruto got rewritten today, what would you want to change? I really like the Naruto franchise, but I do have some nitpicks. A long time ago on my channel, I spoke about missed opportunities in Naruto, which was more focused on keeping the flow of the series, but just adding in extra bits or offshoots. This question allows me to look at the series as a whole and completely change it. The first question is, what is the core identity of the show that we want to preserve? Ninjas with magical powers that commonly behave more like samurai rather than assassins or spies. I'd like to preserve the setting as well, a fantasy version of the mid 1800s during the end of the Edo period before the world wars and modernization. The first thing I'd do is completely change the first episode, where Naruto steals the scroll and learns Shadow Clone Jutsu. Instead, we show him losing a sparring match with Rock Lee, then failing a written test that both Sasuke and Sakura ace. He goes home to his apartment and expired milk. He angrily punches some stuff, maybe breaks a chair, then slumps near the bed and cries about how he feels ostracized and useless. Hiruzen stops by and berates him for the damaged chair. Your parents were great heroes, and I kept you out of the Foundation to honor their wishes. But if this is how you repay my kindness, then perhaps you need some discipline. You are going to graduate with the other Academy students, despite your poor performance, and then you'll fight for your village. If you don't get your act together, you'll die out there on the battlefield. Naruto stares with fiery hatred in his eyes, tears still on his cheeks, and gritted teeth as Hiruzen leaves. That night, under the cover of darkness, Naruto steals the scroll and practices Shadow Clone on his own in the forest. I'll show them. I'll become the strongest ninja in the village, and then they'll have to respect me. The next morning, we see Naruto sleeping in the bushes, covered in dirt and scratches. He notices how high the sun is and jumps up, running towards the academy for the graduation ceremony. The camera stays in the forest and zooms out. An Anbu agent jumps down and grabs the scroll. End of episode 1. Episode 2. We get some scenes of Sasuke training, girls swooning over him, some introductions to the others of the class, a glimpse at how the others spent the final day before graduation, Hinata getting beaten and bruised by Neji, Rock Lee and Tenten doing push-ups, Choji and Shikamaru goofing off on a rooftop, Ino working at the flower shop after school, Shino examining bugs, Kiba playing with Akamaru, Sakura having a meal with her parents. In my rewrite, I'm also making Neji, Tenten, and Rock Lee the same age as the others, instead of being older. Then we get back to scratched up Naruto running to the academy. Everyone has gone home except Iruka. He is holding a headband and a scroll. Iruka tries to comfort Naruto. They share a popsicle. Iruka says he relates to Naruto because they are both war orphans, and he hopes that the next generation can grow up without war. I'm skipping Konohamaru. I think he was introduced too early in the series. Then the team announcements and Kakashi trial go as normal. Quick montage of low-rank missions like the cat chase and gathering medicinal herbs. Some flashbacks to Sasuke's childhood while the team is getting to know each other. Zabuza arc goes normal, except we see two young Anbu agents cleaning up bodies. When Zabuza puts Kakashi in a water prison, one tries to join the fight, but the other holds him back. When Zabuza gets buried, we see the Anbu duo write down some notes on a scroll and tie it to a bird to send it back to the village. Next, instead of jumping straight into the chunin exams, I would spend an episode or two on the other teams, showing Rock Lee adopting the green leotard, Tenten losing sparring matches against both her teammates, and Guy giving her some one-on-one time to see how she does with weapons. Neji and Lee are both taijutsu experts. You don't have to be. What happens if we come up against an opponent who attacks at long range? They would be useless, and it would be up to you and me to protect them. We see Asuma smoking and his team coughing and saying it stings their eyes. We see Kiba talking over Hinata and Shino, but Kurenai disciplines him and allows the others to talk. We see the teams counting up how many missions they have finished and their success rates. Shikamaru's team seems pleased with a moderate success rate, while Neji is furious that there is even one failure on his team's scorecard. There is a brief mention of how it has been a whole year since they left the academy. We see Iruka and Ebisu talking, with Konohamaru running around nearby. We see Naruto hanging out with Konohamaru, practicing sexy jutsu, and Konohamaru mentions that his graduation from the academy is next week. Now we start the chunin exams, and they go pretty much as normal, except there are Anbu agents watching in the forest. We see Hiruzen at his desk reading a report, eyes suddenly widen, and he shouts, "Are you serious? 4 Anbu were killed in a single battle? Double the guards, and we can't allow anything to make us look weak in front of the other villages. This could be a plot by one of them to invade the Fire Nation. Contact the Foundation. I'm sure they already know of this, but we need their help to safeguard the chunin exams." We find out that Orochimaru is the one who killed those Anbu after he gives Sasuke the curse mark, and Kakashi reports it to Hiruzen. Hiruzen tells Kakashi to keep a closer watch on Sasuke. He's the only other Sharingan user we have left in the village. He is too useful to lose. That leads into the Chidori training, and Naruto begging Jiraiya for training. Meanwhile, Sakura starts training with Lee and Tenten. After her fight with Ino, she is determined to win next time. Orochimaru's attack on the village happens normally, then the search for Tsunade. Meanwhile, we see the other teams getting assigned more dangerous missions due to the short staffing of the village, and them being more senior among genin. Neji's team goes out on missions without Guy. This time, when Naruto leaves the village, there are no Anbu following him. Konohamaru and his team are shown doing easier missions. Land of Tea mission goes as normal, and I'd throw in a couple more of the missions that include Sasuke here. I think they were thrown into Shippuden as filler. Then, Sasuke and the Sound 5 happens. But when the initial group leaves, we get a brief view of Tsunade sending a request for aid to the Sand Village, and the Leaf Village elders and Danzo disapproving of this. But she puts her foot down and says she's in charge. I know a similar scene happens at some point in the show, but Danzo wasn't there, and I think it fits with requesting aid from another village shortly after their village was attacked and the previous Hokage was worried about appearing weak. I'd also have Sakura start her medical training while the others are out chasing Sasuke. She cares for Lee in the hospital after the surgery, as in bringing him food and water and towels, changing bandages, and she uses that as an extra boost to ask Tsunade for training. We only get a glimpse though, just a few minutes, not a whole episode. After the Lee versus Kimimaro fight and Sasuke versus Naruto showdown, when the boys return to the village, we see more of Sakura's medical training as normal. Land of Rice and Fuma clan happens normally. The prison break still has Mizuki, even though we didn't see him earlier. But instead of wanting revenge against Naruto and Iruka, we show him as a village traitor like Kabuto and Sasuke. He rejoices when he hears that Hiruzen is dead. He still uses Curse Mark, but I don't want to see him become Tony the Tiger. Instead, he gets the Curse Mark tattoos that crawl over his body, but he's not strong enough to do a full transformation like the Sound 5. I also want to emphasize that this prison is far away from the Leaf Village, because I don't want to undercut the theme of short staffing due to the war losses. Bikochu Beetle search happens normally. The Raiga Lightning Sword arc, the Bounty Hunter, the Imposters posing as Guy and Lee. I'd skip the Cursed Warrior saga and the ramen cooking episode, go straight into the mission with Anko. The Money Style Ninja episode would stay. Skip the Kiba and Naruto treasure hunt, keep the Postman episode, skip the Star Village, keep Kiba's side story and Shino's, but skip the Onba. Keep the escort mission and the side stories for Ino, Lee, and Hinata, but reorder them so Lee's side story is before the escort mission. Then, after Hinata's side story, there's the other Lee-centered episode where he and Guy have to fight dummies mimicking each other's moves. The Hidden Bomb arc happens normally. Then I feel like there has been too much of a gap without checking in on Sakura, Sasuke, and the Anbu. So I'd put some Anbu agents finding some of Orochimaru's old lairs that are abandoned. Sakura volunteering at the hospital and treating Konohamaru's wounds. Cut to Sasuke for direct comparison with Kabuto healing him and preparing for another fight. I think those all fit into one episode together. Then, Kurenai's side story, the artist, the ninja dropouts, Menma, then the Leaf helping Gaara against that weapon expert. I would extend the finale into multiple episodes, so we show Sakura starting strength training with Tsunade, Ino beginning medical training, Hinata and Neji sparring, Jiraiya talking to Tsunade about the Akatsuki, Danzo talking to Tsunade about Orochimaru, Shino practicing with some beetles or other large handheld insects, Shikamaru, Ino, and Shino getting introduced to logistics and village security under Tsunade. Inner thoughts of Tsunade about how she doesn't like how the Anbu report to Danzo. Maybe have Choji doing some cooking or herb gathering. Show Kiba and Akamaru hanging out with his clan and larger dogs. Tenten practicing with scrolls and leg weights, or helping sharpen things in the armory. Lee and Guy doing handstand races, then Konohamaru waving goodbye to Naruto and Jiraiya with a water balloon in his other hand as a reminder of his Rasengan training. Throughout all of this, I would edit out all the advanced technology like earpieces, underwater breathing masks, and gas masks. I would also adjust some of the character art to be more suitable to a modern Western audience. For example, Choji has to be way heavier than he is shown in the show. Not quite sumo wrestler big, but really big. His dad should have a sumo wrestler body shape. Get rid of Moegi's red cheeks and Udon's snot drip, since they are introduced to the audience at the same age Naruto was at the start of the show. Give more height disparity between the background ninjas in the village. Have more variety of skin tone within the Leaf Village. We know that they took in many orphans, either out of charity or through kidnapping, so the Leaf Village shouldn't be so homogeneous. I'm thinking about doing a similar rewrite for Shippuden and eventually Boruto. Let me know in the comments if that is something you would look forward to.